Hey, all right, good afternoon. Another verse, and he's definitely pouring out the revelation. We're in the final moments right now. Everything's being wrapped up. Everything's being wrapped up, no doubt about it. And this is a warning. This is a warning to people. He wants everybody to know the truth and come into the light. No doubt about it. And this is a great verse, and I know you've heard it. We've all heard it in church. So first, I'll read it the way most of us will see it in our Bibles, and then I take every single word back to its origin using the lexicons and the Strongs, because they're pictographic languages, right? And you get much more truth and understanding when you do that, when you really take a deep study of His Word. Do you want to know Him or not? You know, basically that's it. And there's spiritual truth that's intertwined with all of this. And some of it just gives a lot more details of the verse and makes it far more understandable and where you get it, and so where you understand better. And other things, there's like just some amazing revelation and spiritual truth here. And this is one of those verses. So here we go. This is Luke 21, verse 3. And he said, "Of a truth I say unto you, that this poor widow hath cast in more than they all." And I understand that, I've read that, and she gave, a little, and they were standing there watching people, what's it called, when they give an offering at the church, right? And this widow gave a little, but it was like a huge portion because she didn't have anything to begin with, and she gave all she had, basically. She gave. Others give out of their abundance, and she gave, she was lacking already, and she still gave. She still gave, it's a beautiful verse, and there's a lot of truth in that. But let's get some details. There's a lot more spiritual details in here that he wants us all to understand, especially in the moments that we're in right now, these final moments. Okay, this is Luke 21:3. Therefore, to speak and bid, pouring forth a command as water of a truth, of reality, as in not concealing. Christ came here to reveal the truth in a light, not conceal it. So you have to understand the words that you're reading. Okay, this is giving out a name that was put forth with you yourselves, for that whosoever and all their straying from the way are supplied the definite article, wherein whom themselves were backwards through the idea of the baffling wind, of mine own, of his own, by their own conceits, they have been reduced to begging and asking alms. That's inspired by compassion and a desire for justice. An individual who helps in a material way his less fortunate neighbor, giving freely to relieve the poor by charity, kindness and tolerance with love for humankind. And in the Latin it means love for one's own, who are destitute, lowly and afflicted, lacking in respect to the Spirit. Men of this class are most readily give themselves up to Christ's teachings and prove themselves fitted to lay hold of the heavenly treasure by the idea of the cause of the fall. So they understand the cause of the fall, to be under judgment and condemnation, to descend from an erect to a prostrate condition under the attack of an evil spirit. They've been cast down from a state of prosperity to perish and to lose their authority, being removed from power by death, to fail because of their participation, because they have participated, right, in a stripping of a city of its inhabitants. 1/3 of the angels that fell, and we participated in that, and we're in a fallen state. As a widow that is lacking a husband by an impassable chasm or vacancy, to be cast into fluids, the waters, semen. Understand that. That's Genesis. That's in Genesis 1, right there. We've been birthed into this flesh. Given over to one's care, to be uncertain, to be divided and doubtful, about the result of our actions of being born into this flesh by haste. So uncertain about the result by haste, to be dispersed abroad all throughout this world, to be smitten, that's to be struck with a firm blow, and be strongly attracted to someone or something that was here. Okay, to be conquered and affected severely by dis-ease. That's to disquiet one's mind. That's by worry and anxiety, to take away one's peace. So their peace has been taken away by being birthed into this flesh. Okay, to be punished, and this is a punishment greatly, to be punished greatly by many, collectively by all manners and means, to be punished. So there it is. Now, men in this condition that wake up and realize it, and this is the word he wants out, to realize the condition of your state that you're in because of the fall, because of participating in a stripping of the heavenly city is what it's talking about, the stripping of a city of its inhabitants. Satan took a third of the angels, the Elohim. I have said, you are all Elohim, children of the Most High God. But you have fallen like one of the princes, and now you will die like a man. Understand these words. Satan was God's main creative being. He was his creator. That's why he wanted to be worshipped. He's the one that God gave the power and the ability and the knowledge to create. And he used him to create. I'm not going to say everything. But see, understand that even Satan himself is a created being, and God gave him the ability. If you read his description, like J.K. went over, of the way Satan was formed and made, covered in every gemstone and pipes, he was given the authority, the knowledge to create, and that's why he wanted to be worshipped, and he created man in his own image. Phantom, illusion, vain show, especially an idol of something to indwell, to trap and pull down the light from heaven, the angelic host, the stars of heaven, that a third of them were pulled down. He is the light bearer that were pulled down and birthed into this flesh through fluid, and they did this hastily to become like the Most High God, to know good and evil, and it was by ignorance. It was by our own ignorance and weakness of our mind, and we turned our face from our Father and were birthed into this physical realm that is temporary, dying and decaying, of a fallen tree, and we've taken on the physical appearance, the image of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. It's the fruit. Our bodies are the fruit from that tree. Our bodies are the image of the beast. The beast of burden, the sheep that went astray, are now in condemnation by sin and guilt. Understand that. And we have to turn back to our Father by realizing our condition here. Okay? And men that realize this are most readily to prove themselves fitted to lay hold of the heavenly treasure of God's Holy Spirit by turning back to the Father and being reborn, because we're in a condition of death, separation from God here. And when we're rejoined to God, we're grafted back into the main vine of the tree of life through Christ, by the gift of his Holy Spirit that reanimates our heart. His Holy Spirit is the heart of our soul. Understand these things. You're going to spend eternity either in hell or in heaven. Where do you want to remain? In a temporary, dying, decaying world that is going to become more and more obvious as time goes on? Or do you want to spend eternity in paradise in heaven with your Father in perfection, who loves you so much he came here and died for you to pay the penalty for our straying from the way, the path, and just sin. He paid the penalty for our sin so we could get to go back home. He loves us. He forgives us. The spiritual battle has been finished, but now it's being played out in this physical world. And look, what was it? BuzzFeed News or whatever, it just came out within the last day or two, saying that there will be, they're saying 6 days of darkness this year, this month, in December. Look, they're trying their best they can to cover up that we are at war. We're at war. Not only there's a battle in the spiritual, but there's a battle going on in the physical here that they're trying to hide and cover up. They're trying to hide it and cover up. And this battle's already been begun. The trigger's been pulled. And if you pay attention to real news, alternative news that people call conspiracy. If you pay attention to these things and weed through, all the evidence is out there that this battle has begun. The dragon is trying to take over. The dragon's trying to take over. Okay, we're surrounded by our enemy. We are surrounded by our enemy, and our enemy is within our own borders already. Our allies have betrayed us. Understand that. Understand that. Understand what I'm saying right there. All right, so God bless. Keep fighting this fight. Let's finish this race strong and bring all those who are lost into the light so we can go back home together, all of us. All right, God bless you. Love and respect everybody. Have a great day. It's a beautiful verse. It's a warning to all those people who are still divided and lukewarm and don't quite get it yet. It's a warning to wake up and come into the light. Wake up, O sleeper, those who are dead, and come into the life. Be renewed, your soul, by the gift of his Holy Spirit. Turn to Christ, your Father and Creator. All right, God bless. Have a good one. Bye.